fine. You don't want to be overdressed on a day like this. Lucky Taylor's not here. We have a colliery. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday, the 16th of June. So, on a lovely warm morning in the UK, unusually warm morning in the UK. We have the day ahead of us, and of course we've got the Fed meeting later this afternoon. So, as I was just explaining in our trading room, everyone will be looking at the recent data, yesterday's data from the US there. The inflation producers price index was up higher than expected, but retail sales were below expectation and forecasts, and it lets the Fed shake and rattle themselves off the hook to try and increase or do anything regarding increasing in interest rates, or even discussing it too much. I'm sure they'll do their best in the statement not to talk about anything. They want to keep rates low at this stage. So the one thing that's a little bit different in this this month's statement, of course, is the dot plot, and it's where members have to plot where they think interest rates will be in future months and years. Now that is where we'll see, and we may get some movement later on if we start seeing those move forward from the sort of levels that they've been previously discussing. I mean, they've been trying to put things off to about 2025, but 2023, 24, they're doing their best. But anyway, we'll see what happens, and is that dot plot is really what's going to be the main focus. So let's have a look at the technicals beforehand, and I have this feeling we'll get this sort of positioning by as people hedge their positions, in which case they'll be opening new positions, and it could create some volatility from that respect, or traders trying to get ahead of it and react. I mean, or they're just closing positions again. So we could see some volume coming through into this market, but direction is going to be difficult. So start off anyway looking at the euro. Lower highs still sit there on this daily picture, and that's what I'm looking at. It's when you come down to the 4 hourly here, I was drawing trend lines across this yesterday, which sort of they broke and it sort of went back down to the prior lows. That was fine, but and then it's just come back up again, and it's just consolidating, aided later on by the data that wasn't as good as may be expected there. So we sort of the afternoon data just pushing things along a little bit back to the mean effectively. Today, well, already just seeing a bit of a chop going out there. It's trying early. I'm again looking at this euro, thinking, well, on the shorter time frames, it becomes a little bit bearish below this sort of trend line, and that's about as much as I can do. As I say, 4 hourly daily's still got lower highs. It could go in that direction. The pound. The pound. Well, the pound broke through yesterday. It's key sort of level, that trend line I've drawn on there, broke through, but immediately, well, again, so immediately, it wasn't quite immediate. It was in the afternoon. It too managed to pull back there. 12 o'clock it's selling off. 1 o'clock the news came out, and bang, it was back up there, pushing strong this morning. It's hard to be looking at to do anything with this at the moment, where it's going in the chop, and in this we may get some more resistance into these prior highs here as the morning progresses. But the last couple of mornings I've seen something to a trade. I mean, we saw the breakdown yesterday. The trend line moved back to the sort of the previous, and well, actually we went beyond, but this morning I can't see a picture of what to be trading there at the moment, so I'll probably be standing aside of that. Dollar yen, well, the yen yesterday, what sort of day is that then? it really it just consolidated, really getting into Fed mode. I'm just looking forward to Thursday. From this point of view, we might see some potential, and we certainly will, I'm sure, see some volatility. It could look like that on a bigger scale tonight, as markets sort of to and fro and digest the news. But if anything sort of significant comes out of this, we might just get the opportunity to get onto a bit of a trend later today, after everything, the press conference finished, etc. Might just get an opportunity to get onto a bit of a trend, but I get a feeling it's going to be business as usual. And the battle of just kicking the can down the street a little bit. So and then it's really September when we'll probably see anything more major in decision making. From the Fed at least. So continue to chop here on the yen. Does look like it's put a bearish bar in there, and that's all I can say. It's a key reversal bar sitting in there at the moment, but whether it will continue is another matter. Aussie dollar, I really don't know why I look at this these days. It's probably one of the most starting to form little trends on the 4-hourly, and you start thinking, well, actually maybe there's something I can do there, but well, the obvious thing here in the shape of everything that's coming through here is just keep an eye out and see if there's a breakdown here. But you'll notice this is an hourly chart, and the range here down to 75, 85, 90, 15 pips range there. You're probably going to need a 15 pip stop on anything you're placing there. So not looking very attractive there. Canadian dollar, big picture view really on this. It's just carried on pushing up yesterday, as I said previously. It's broken, it's curled round. It may have more upside in the short term. I think this might be a player come tomorrow if things have changed. It didn't trigger anything for me yesterday. My trend line, I'll just draw a slightly different trend line and keep an eye on this and look for the opportunities. I think if the Fed don't do anything, this is where the opportunity, one of the places where the opportunities lies, because tapering's already a part of the Canadian thinking, of central bank thinking. So we've got a bit more chance of seeing this sort of more stronger commodity currency to do something. Right, that's okay. That's the CAD. Looking elsewhere, a couple of the pairs there, euro yen. It's gone picked up this week, and it's just gone into a bit of a chop mode as we look at it at the moment, and you just see it's come down the time frames. It's looking optimistic a moment ago for a bit more of an upside, but it's just pulled back within range, so very little happening there. Looking at a couple of the pairs I was mentioning yesterday. I was talking about the CAD yen yesterday, and it didn't do anything really. It pitched momentarily through my little trend line there, which I'll just adjust, but really little happening here at this stage. Again, the Canadian dollar may be a key beneficiary if things aren't changed or discussed more, for a more bullish dollar. I say bullish dollar, but for some action with the dollar, some tapering or something. So in which case I think the Canadian dollar may be a beneficiary, but for now nothing there. The equity markets, I can really I can look at the Dow, but I can only look at it historically. I can look at the futures of the S&Ps here, and yes again yesterday, to be expected almost at the moment, they put a new high in, new all-time high kicking in there, pushing through, pulled off a little bit later in the day, and well, today I think it'll be protectionism going on today, but there with the potential further upside. The Fed kicking the can down the street, all it does is it sort of puts off the inevitable. However, it makes the equity markets look more of a place to be, and there's an expectation these will continue pushing through a lot of the rest of the year to the upside. Okay, Gold's a bit like the euro in a sense in terms of the picture here. Lower highs, lower lows, still sitting there on the dailies. Yesterday really didn't come out too well, looking quite quite ugly overall, and it's not looking particularly pretty at the moment. I'm looking at a trend line across the lows there. Well, I should really draw it on, I guess, but there we go. The yeah, break of that may see more selling, but well, not much else to do on that. Just looking for the sell. As I said yesterday, oil seems to cannot do too much wrong. We've seen it being pushed out yesterday. It pushed up into yet new near-term highs, and it's already done it this morning. It's coming off a little bit at the moment. But I tell you what, I won't need that alert there, will I? I was looking at one stage to see if we've got a breakdown for some shorts, but at this stage the longs have it, and it's just a case of waiting. Did look yesterday, but it just went off a bit early for me as it broke up. Might see a similar sort of picture come out again today. If it pulls back towards its daily pivot again, I'll be just looking post 2 o'clock to see if we can get yet another little rally kicking through. Right, that's it. Oh, Bitcoin. Crypto markets then. Let's have a look on daily point of view, and well, they've been doing a whole lot of nothing really. Yesterday, little inside bar almost, not quite, just pitched up into a better high, but it's not really doing too much on Bitcoin now. I'm just having a quick look. Ethereum is just sitting pretty much the same. These currencies, as I say, these coins, they're pretty much in the same boat. They're just waiting to see what happens. They do get some decent movements of following Fed meetings on occasion, and there's nothing to say they won't today. So bit of protectionism, and off they go, and they start pushing upwards. So let's see what happens. Okay, that's it for me. I wish you a great day. Watch out for Fed then at 7 o'clock. The important press conference. I don't think we'll see anything too much. Well, actually, with the economic projections coming out at 7 o'clock, the volatility might start picking up at 7 o'clock. But of course, it's that press conference we need to get out of the way at 7:30. Have a great one. Bye for now.